Today's comic artist spotlight, Kelley Jones. This is a series where I take a piece of the artist's penciled work and I ink it in Clip Studio. And along with that, take a look at one of the comic books that they've worked on. So let's begin. Today, we're going to look at Batman, Gotham After Midnight, number 4. Written by Steve Niles and with art by Kelley Jones, the pencils. So right off the bat, you can see the art is very unique. He definitely has a creepy look to everything, and it's just quite interesting the poses the characters are in. Here's and the capes too. Capes making like a swirling. This book was quite graphic in the sense that this guy's tearing out people's hearts and stuff in it. Pretty crazy for a DC book, but here's a guy up in the bell. We have this weird guy with this mesh over his face that he draws all the time. Pretty interesting. So let's go inside. We start off here. Batman's actually in this kind of mech that he made, and he's punching Clayface. So here you can. This is the hand of the mech, and we'll zoom out in a minute, but just a very interesting art, heavy use of blacks. The characters are very emotive when he's drawn here, and I like how the inside, he's got all these dials and gauges and the title up in here. It's created by Bob Kane up here. So, and then a little chapter 1 down here with a hanging Batman. He drew Batman with these super long ears on him and super big spikes and stuff. Very unique. So here you have a splash page here, which is a giant clay face. Lots of great detail in these buildings. Even did the little post here. Just up in these windows, and lots of great detail in the buildings. Now this is Batman's mech. It's kind of like a big orb with just mechanical arms and a giant tentacle for leg or something. That was quite interesting. So anyways, I guess he had to do this because Clayface got super big. And Batman saying to Alfred, "Well, I'm glad I built this." Just for this occasion. But yeah, just the buildings in these pictures must have took a super long time to do. So. And then here, the bat symbol is around the glass hole here. I think that's interesting. So here's fighting fighting Clayface. Here's the one leg that this thing has. Here he's like smashing him around a little bit, and he's actually asking Alfred to tell him what buildings are owned by Wayne Enterprises and that are vacant. So he I guess shows him this building here. So he throws Clayface into this building. Of course that don't stop him too much. So that just shows him wrestling, throwing punches. Batman's thing grows taller here. But this is a pretty cool pose. He's like leaning back with his arms open. Gets punched in the gut. Very, very unique style. Heavy use of blacks. And then heavy use of this like white meshing. You'll see that on the villain here when he comes up. And then here you see Batman's face. This is neat. He's inside here. You can see all these gauges in the back. His arms are stretched out on the things, flying at him. So he just gives him another hit here. Looks like he went through his eye, seeing stars. And he regains himself. Very unique. Here we got chapter 2. Little inset here. And showing this guy, I guess, watching the battle go on. And, here he's looking through. He's seeing the big battle here. He's like, giant robot fighting a giant monster. Figures. So this is quite interesting here. You know, heavy use of blacks. He's got a cigar. And then as he's looking, this evil guy with looks like mesh on his face shows up. This is quite an interesting picture here. How he has the white detailed here, but he also has the mesh has to be done in white over black. It's quite interesting. He must have been inking with white ink or something here. But he's got the teeth showing through. Just a really neat effect. I'm not sure if he laid down black everywhere here and then did white over top, or maybe put a piece of scratch board there and scratched it off. Not too sure. But just crazy work with capes here, and here in the background, tons of cross hatching. Lots of black here. So, yeah, so this guy pulls out a gun. This guy says, "You haven't heard of the famous Captain Van Ark?" Here again we have the black with the white cross hatching over it. It's very interesting. And here you have a little white strip on the top hat here. So then he brings out this weapon that like stabs him in the heart or something. But this is quite a crazy page. Got a really elongated arm here. Go from like here to here, but very exaggerated. And this guy's hand has to go, I guess, up to here, but you can't deny it looks pretty cool. And this is flying around. Here you have more of the cross hatching on the face. Just all kind of draping in the black here. You can see the cloak draping there, draping off here. So anyways, this somehow pulls his heart out, which is quite interesting. And once again, here we have the black with like the white. You had to do this in white. They ended up coloring it red here. So yeah, then his little thing zips back in, and he says, "Oh, that was too easy." And here he just has crazy unique cloak. They always have crazy unique cloak flying around for Batman and this guy. So here he has some smoke. Shows him in the spyglass hopping off. So here we go, chapter 3, back to the fighting. Basically they're trading punches again. Batman in this weird sort of mech type thing, but inside He's very emotive with his arms and face. Says he got a break. So I guess he's pushing him back, and he breaks on the asphalt here. And this part here where he's like really pulling back. It's just crazy artwork. So here he smiles. Must have his eyes closed here. I think he has an idea or something. So yeah, I mean, just all this work with the black and the and the inclusion. He must have inked in white or something here. I'm not quite sure, but you see it, all of this everywhere. It would be hard to maybe he did just ink this in black. Just excluded this part here. It takes a lot of planning to do that. So here they're getting ready to hit each other. Elongated arms, but very expressive here. And then he hits him with a gas or something. And then he don't think it'll work, but basically these must have been bodies he picked up or something, because they're like sloughing off. And here's Batman pounding the buttons here. Now he becomes, his normal size, I guess you would say. He hits him with fire. I guess that hardens him up or something. Not quite sure. So yeah, that's how he beats this giant clay face. They're going to put him in a waterline cell, so I guess he can't break out of that. So chapter 4, there's great detail in these buildings, all these windows and all the crossing on the windows. And this sky almost looks like pencil work. Very interesting. Not sure how I got that look there, but very interesting. Here's some steps going up. Now this guy's upside down in the bell. This is Gordon. This looks like a priest here is a cop. This is neat with the rope in front of him hanging down. Even Gordon, and he has to take a telephone call. He's making quite a expression here. So he calls on Batman. Batman's flying through here. He's got a very unique Batmobile here. Here he got his ears way, way up. Looks like he's really gripping on that wheel. And this is interesting with the computer here. It kind of looks like a skull. And then here you have him going around this corner. It's like cartoony, but very detailed. Here I'm wrapped up in a cape here. We're looking at him. This statue in the back, and then you just have this pose here. You don't even say anything. You just bam right there in front of the statue. Definitely cool looking. And then capes wrapped everywhere here. So here he's talking to him. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be cape now, like flying everywhere, or bushes. Here's more stuff going on. So here they're just talking. The colors seems to like to add some red to the look of him here. I'm not quite sure. So he's talking about Joker and the Penguin here. Trying to figure out who this guy is and who sent him and stuff. Walking through the cemetery, which is pretty neat with some super tall gravestones. A really creepy looking cemetery in every shot. packed with gravestones. Not sure how they'd fit everyone in, but it looks cool. And then here you see them through a wall, window here. Here he gets into this funky looking Batmobile again. But it's pretty good. He's I guess he's comparing this guy to Batman. That he's taking bad people, but he's killing them. And then Gordon compares him to him, and he's like, it's nothing to take a life, and everything to save one. So it leaves Gordon with something to think about. That was pretty cool. There's the moon. I like how he does this darkness with this like hatching up to the sky. A pretty neat effect there. So now we're back at this ball that he's at. Here's this, crazy building again. Very detailed in the building. Now here the characters look a little bit more cartoony. When there's not too much cape going around, but still in these suits he puts lots of folds and all kind of stuff going on. Here's a bunch of cross hatching. But the faces are definitely expressive. See that he's giving him the look there. This guy, looks like he's already drunk. He's on the job, so anyways. So here we are. The colors is once again putting a little red in the suit here for some reason. So anyways, this is Bruce talking to these two, and then he's just talking with this guy who gets a little jealous. So then he goes here to have a little chat, make a couple funny jokes. This is Bruce here. He like blacked out his face here a little bit. Not sure why. There's a silhouette. Lots of, definitely likes to put a lot of black on the page. Talking here to Lieutenant Clarkson. And I guess he knew her father. Anyways, here in comes this guy with the mesh face. That stands out the most to me, I think. So yeah, here's the ending shot here. In the black here, he does this cross hatching, so this is quite the effect here. He did the cross hatching, but then you got this white must have been cut through here to draw it in inks. So yeah, a lot of work here. But then you have a lot of exclusion here. And then once again you got the face with the cross hatchings here and the hair. I mean, if you want this guy to draw some creepy characters, this guy can do it. You got some elongated fingers and arms just hunched over. And then you got all this cross hatching here to kind of, like, he doesn't even draw the line here. He just cross hatches to this line to make that shape for him, which is pretty interesting. So, and you got a little inset here. It says, time runs out for the Dark Knight. There's a little clock in the bat symbol here. Pretty neat stuff. So there you have it. A look at the awesome art of Kelley Jones. And here's the finished piece I inked. There's a link below to my art page if you wish to view an HD version of it and others like it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have a suggestion for an artist you'd like to see me take a look at in the future, leave a comment below. I'll check it out. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. We'll see you next time. Comic Artist Spotlight.